In China, the property sector is facing another potential crisis. A major state-owned developer is under pressure. It is called China Vanke. At one point, it was the biggest real estate developer in the country. It was seen as a benchmark for the entire industry. If Vanke performed well, the sector looked healthy. But today, China's property sector is in distress and Vanke too is in trouble. Its investors are growing nervous. They fear that the company could default in the coming months. And without government help, the company may not survive. Now, Vanke on its part has been trying to calm nerves. There is speculation that it's looking to restructure its debt. It has been speaking to investors. But so far, they remain unconvinced, and their worries are now spilling into the markets. Vanke's bonds have fallen sharply. Some of them have dropped by more than 30%. Think of it like this. People lent money to Vanke, and now they're scared that they won't get the money back. So everyone is trying to pull out money at once, and that is why the value of their bonds has dropped so fast. It got so bad that the Shenzhen Stock Exchange had to step in. Today, it suspended the trading of some Vanke bonds. And the company is running out of time. It has big payments coming up. 13.4 billion yuan in bond payments. That's almost $2 billion. When a company issues a bond, it is asking people to lend it money. In return, it promises two things: some extra money every year, like interest, and the full amount on a fixed date. That's a bond payment. For Vanke, a payment of $2 billion is due. They must pay it by June next year. So the clock is ticking. And this is not a one-off story, this company. It's a symptom of China's bigger crisis. Their property sector is in a deep slump. Many developers need bailouts just to stay afloat. But Beijing is hesitant to intervene because if it rescues one company, others will demand the same. It could open the floodgates. So far, China has avoided direct bailouts. What it has offered instead is broad policy support.
It should be noted that the real estate market is currently in a transition period between the old and new development models. Structural adjustment will take time, and certain indicators may fluctuate during this process.
Last week, some fresh reports came out. They said Beijing is weighing new options, like subsidizing interest costs on new mortgages, meaning the government will pay some of your interest on the home loan, so buying a house becomes cheaper. There's no guarantee this will work, but it's proof that the crisis persists. The property sector needs help. Look at the numbers that came last month. China released new economic data. It said their recovery looks shaky. October was a tough month. Key indicators across the board flashed red, like factory output. Growth slowed sharply. In September, it was 6.5%. In October, it dropped to 4.9%. That's a big dip in just 1 month, from 6.5 to 4.9. Then there's fixed asset investment. This is money spent on long-term assets like your buildings, your factories, infrastructure. It shows that your businesses expect growth, so they're ready to invest big money for the long term. These numbers fell by over 12%. They've been falling for 5 straight months, which means businesses in China are not investing. They're holding back, and that is never a good sign for the economy. Then you have retail sales. Retail sales are slowing too. Retail sales is the amount that people spend in shops. In September, the numbers were picking up, but in October, growth dipped to just 2.9%. That's the slowest in months. It shows Chinese consumers are tightening their purse strings. And then you have exports. They have been the biggest growth engine for China, but they're losing momentum. In September, exports had strong numbers, but in October, they dropped by 1.1%. That's a complete reversal. So whether it's factories or investment or shopping or trade, the slowdown is showing up everywhere. And it's happening all at once. The recovery, it seems, is not just stuck, it is slipping backwards.
I wore the crown of a revolutionary. I promised to lift my nation. I claimed to fight imperialism. I became the very thing I warned against. I funded militias across continents. I feared my own shadow. Some called me the King of Kings. History calls me something else. The dictator. Who am I?